Hi everybody, Adam here. Welcome back to our Lego room. In today's video, we got a couple of awesome deliveries to take a look at. First up, some amazing track from TrixBrix that is going to unlock some interesting potential, I think, for our layout. So looking forward to showing you how that is getting integrated and our progress on that front. We also received a delivery with the brand new LEGO Orient Express train. Looking forward to building that shortly, so we'll take a quick look at that and talk a bit about it. So lots to cover, so let's dive in and get started. So first off, taking a look at the train yard. Super happy with how this has been coming together. Great place for us to display trains, stage trains to go out onto the layout. And, we're starting to put industries and various buildings in here. Really happy with the overall look of it and how it functions. The only gotcha, in my opinion, is currently the only way to access the yard is over here via our TrixBrix Monster crossover, which has been functioning really well. Love it. Great way to access the yard there. Gives the yard access to both mainline tracks, so super functional. The only downside is that it's the only way to get into the yard. It would be really nice if, for example's sake, we could have trains exiting via this end of the train yard and coming in at the opposite end of the train yard, or vice versa. Now that leads us into the first set of track that we picked up from TrixBrix. You can see here we've got right and left R104 switches that connect into R104 curved track. And once these are on Mills modules and the ballasting is finished, they will connect into the inner mainline track here. And they will give that inner mainline track access via these two tracks here to the two train yard tracks. That will give us basically full access to the yard from both ends of the layout. Like I said, it'll give us options to run trains out one end of the train yard and in at the other. It gives us an option to basically run a different loop around the layout because you could skip this outer portion of the inner track here. You could skip that outer loop there and just have it run through the yard, behind the city, back around through the yard, which could be fun. But overall, the big reason behind this is just to give us some more flexibility, make it easier to get trains in and out of the yard and in and out of the various sidings that we have in the yard. So really excited about this. I think it's going to give us a lot of flexibility. The only downside with the way that we're setting it up currently is that this end of the train yard will only be accessible via the inner mainline track. TrixBrix is working on a full-fledged T-junction for higher radius curves that would look pretty similar to this, except it would also have a component that attaches to the to that outer mainline, so that both of the mainline tracks could come in and access this curved track in, and then on this side they would both come in and access this track into the yard. So that'll be cool. I will probably pick that up once they end up releasing it, but even the way it is right now, I could get away with putting in a two-track crossover in between here, which would make it really easy to get trains from the outer main line onto this inner main line and then into the yard, or vice versa. So definitely options to consider there, but even just being able to access the yard from the inner main line here, I think is going to be awesome and give us a lot of flexibility that we didn't have before. So looking forward to that. I think it's going to be a great change for the layout. Now, other things of note here, you will see that I also picked up a 3-rail yard set of track here. So we can exit off of the this particular yard track here and go into 2 sidings in addition to getting to this this curve here that will take us back out to the inner main line. Happy with that. It's not going to give us a ton of space over here. We're probably looking at 1 or 2 train cars per siding area, but I still think that's going to be cool. It'll give us some nice options. We can have an industry or 2 over on this part of the layout here to fill the outer edge of this area, but really happy to have that. And then you'll see over here, we've also got another 3-rail yard, just with the different, the switch going the opposite way. That is going to be used on this part of the layout right over here. So it'll let you go from that outer mainline track onto a much longer siding area. So we'll have the 2 siding tracks that run down to the end of the table over there. So a great way to access that. We'll be able to have some longer trains stored there. So, excited about that as well. You can see that we've got our pre-existing 3-track rail yard switch setup over here. And we use that to go from this particular yard track into the 2 tracks that head down towards the warehouse over there. So already have experience with these switches into rail yards and been happy with it. It functions great. I've taken it to shows, so glad to be able to add 1 over here as well as the 1 over here. I think they're going to be great additions, and like I said, just give us more and more options for storing trains around the layout, which is awesome in my opinion. I want to get more and more trains, active on the layout and queued up and ready to use around the layout. So really excited about those rail yards. The other things that I picked up in my TrixBrix order, I've got 4 R104 corners, which are going to be used underneath this table where I'm putting the Christmas village. So this underneath this space here, there's going to be a table much lower to the ground, which will have buildings and track running on it. And these are the sort of the foundational pieces for that. So we've got the 4 corners, and we've got another switch so that we can put that into that loop that we make here on this edge over here, so that it gives me a place to branch off in the future as we extend sort of the lower city / track area around the room. So excited to have these. These are going to be used for that under table display area, which you will see more of in upcoming videos. So looking forward to that, and this should be the beginning of some interesting track and train running options under the layout as well. Now, last but not least, I mentioned the LEGO train delivery that we received. We picked up the new LEGO Orient Express LEGO Ideas set. Really looking forward to getting this built and active around our layout. I think the train looks amazing, especially the passenger cars. Looking forward to seeing how this comes together and then experimenting with ways to not only add a motor and power into it, but I can definitely see myself picking up more of the train cars in the future to just lengthen the train out. I think that it looks so impressive as is, but with additional train cars, it could look, just even more amazing. So definitely keep an eye out. I will be building this shortly as I start to work down through my train building backlog, but was really happy to pick this up, and nice to see Lego putting this a different sort of train set out. I know some people weren't happy with how the original Lego ideas project was translated, especially when it comes to the locomotive. But I think it looks amazing, and I will take any train set that Lego is willing to release. I just want to see more trains getting released, and it gives us more options, not only for sort of stock default trains to run, but gives us some interesting parts to draw on for our own creations. So really happy with this, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun to build and have on display and in action around our layout. So that's it for this particular video. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please make sure to do so that you don't miss out on any of our upcoming videos. And definitely keep an eye out. We will be putting up more videos in the coming days and weeks here as we continue to flesh out the train yard and all these siding tracks. And of course, lots of interesting things upcoming in the city part of the layout, and with some interesting Lego train builds as well. So exciting times ahead. Thank you very much for watching, and we will see you again soon. Take care. Bye.